Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome to another episode of JED Adventures. Today, I have Just Fine here. If y'all want to introduce yourselves.
Hey, I'm Damien. I'm the guitar player.
Miguel, other guitar player.
I'm Joel. I play the bass and sing and stuff.
I sing too.
Yeah.
And just to give you an idea of tell me more about yourself. What's your style? What's your style of I guess what would y'all categorize yourselves as?
I guess we would kind of categorize ourselves
Big
as
question.
it's like an emo punk band. I don't know.
I would
like,
say sparkle punk.
I don't know about that. Just because like I feel like some of the stuff that we have, it leans. It's like it's too emo to be punk, too punk to be emo. Like I don't know.
Same.
It's like it's a weird, like a weird little in between. That's
Gotcha.
like
We don't have a place.
You found that nirvana.
yeah.
Like,
or hopefully
there's Just Fine. We're right there.
Hopefully we found something, but that'd be cool.
Sweet. So what are y'all working on? What do y'all have coming up? Tell me more about, show wise, music wise.
Right now we're working on our first EP. We're actually redoing it with Blue Rose Studios. Check them out; they're pretty cool.
Shout out to Blue Rose.
Yeah, actually, the guy that does that is our drummer, Alfonso.
Yeah.
So he
nice.
actually helps us out with a lot. So he's awesome.
Shout out to Alfonso.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, we're doing that. It's a 5-song EP. It's pretty much like the first 5 songs that me and these two dudes pretty much made up. So it's a little on the more punk side, I would say, this one. But we definitely have like more stuff working on, and it's kind of, you can hear our like sound changing already. So,
Nice.
Yeah, I would say even in just like recording these songs, like figuring out how we originally played them, like when we first wrote them, up until now that we're recording them.
Gotcha.
You can hear some of those changes and
So
then
kind of finding yourself.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah.
For sure.
Nice.
Some days we'll go in and we'll just be like, should we tweak this a little bit?
Yeah,
We'll be like,
sure.
oh yeah, or we'd be like, like working on guitar parts and just like,
That sounded cool.
yeah, that sounds really nice. Maybe we should
Let's
add
do
that in.
Yeah, for
And then
sure.
an hour and a half later, we're just playing the same thing that we
Yeah, right. Scratch all that. That was horrible.
Does that ever change like this process? That's cool.
So yeah.
Show wise, what do you have anything coming up, or are y'all currently just trying to get out there right now, or?
Yeah, for sure. Joel actually got us our first show coming up. You want to talk about that, Joel?
Oh well, it's coming up in April. I don't know. That's kind of all I want to say about it. Just because,
Keep it under wraps.
just because, like, I don't know. Like, I'm really looking forward to, like, actually promoting it and stuff like that. And like, but like, being really excited about like telling people where we're gonna be playing at and stuff like that. I mean, it's nothing like super crazy. We're not gonna open up for some big ass touring band or anything like that. But I don't know, just the fact that we kind of got our first one going and that it's only like 2 months away. Like that's
for
really
sure.
exciting.
2 months.
Yeah.
Or like a month and a half actually.
So we're trying to get the EP out there too. So,
Gotcha.
Yeah, that
So
way-
get it out there. People can hear what
Just-
y'all are about.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Show is a show, man. And so with that coming up, and y'all are pretty excited about it.
Oh, yeah,
So
for
and then
sure.
I'm pretty sure y'all are gonna post stuff on y'all's profile of what upcoming and stuff like that. And I'll definitely post it on mine. That way everyone's up to date and what's going on.
For
And,
sure, man. Thank you.
and shit like that. So yeah, that's awesome. So how long have y'all all known each other? I guess like a little bit more to get to know y'all.
Whoa.
We all went to the same high school.
Yeah. So I did you go to South?
I did go to South End.
South End, yeah.
Yeah.
So we're from South Side. We're a little bit further down,
Got you.
410.
Gotcha.
So, but yeah, we
We
went.
rep the Cardinals.
Yeah.
It's just like, get out.
This interview's
No.
over.
So, Damien and Miguel
We were in the same
are
grade.
in the same grade. I'm just.
He was the grade below us.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
hung out with us.
Yeah.
He hung out with us definitely.
Yeah. So that's basically like.
And
That's how that goes.
it's actually funny because like me and Miguel have tried to do like a band thing before, like when we were like in probably like 10th or 11th, and like kind of just fizzled out. And then
I was just like this annoying little like underclassman trying to be like, I want to be in it too.
Joel would come over and we'd be like, sing Joel, and he'd be like, no, it's okay.
I'm I'm totally down. Now's your time to shine. I'm good.
It's been a long day, guys. My throat's just off. It's just can't do it.
Yeah.
So that's so I guess how long have y'all been together as as just fine, I guess?
Ooh, well, that's a
Funny story.
So that's two
We got some
questions.
time.
Go for it.
So I guess we got to take y'all back to
The beginning.
The beginning. The summer of 2016. So Damien works at
I work at a smoke
he
shop.
works at a smoke shop, and so what would happen is I would get off of work. And I would just be bored, and so I would
visit my friend at the smoke shop, you know.
So I would just basically go over there, and I would hang out with him for like fucking sometimes until they close sometimes, and
What I do pretty much is just jam music the whole time. So
Yeah.
that's what we would just do. Yeah, we would just jam music, so that's what we would do.
yeah, dude, and basically like what happened was I don't want to take like full credit for it, but I kind of like just the music that I was listening to was different from what he was listening to.
It's true. It's true.
And so,
It's true.
so one day I came in and I was like, just like, oh, blah, 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 like, you need to listen to this song by this band.
I believe what it was is he was like, dude, you know what they consider emo now? And I think he played,
because
I think he played Moose Blood.
yeah,
I think it was Moose Blood.
either Moose Blood or Modern Baseball,
Yeah,
something
one
like
of
that.
those.
But just because, like, when we were in high school and middle school, like, emo for us was like Taking Back Sunday, My Chemical Romance, shit like that. Yeah. So I was
When I
just
heard that, I was like, new emo. What do you mean? Like, I need to know what's up, dude.
And so I showed him, and then like a week later, he's like, "Dude, have you heard of this band? What about this band?" This band? And I was like, "What the fuck?"
What did you create?
But after that happened, we, it's still going over there, and we would just be kind of there, be like, "Oh yeah, blah blah blah, like this band's cool, that band's cool," and it just kind of like, it'd be funny, man, like if we started our own band, and I was like, "Ha, yeah." That would be pretty funny.
And then we had that idea.
Yeah. So then, like a week later, Damien was like, "I worked on this guitar part," and I was like, "All right, that's cool." He's like, "We should come up with some lyrics to it." And then I remember the moment that I knew that he was like serious about it, because he had told me before, like, if we're gonna do this, I want to play guitar. You're gonna have to play the bass. So like Damien's like really good.
Terms.
Yeah. He's a really good bass player, and I know how to keep how to stay on, So yeah. And so like I was like, I don't know how to play, but if you can show me, like that'd be cool. But like I knew it was real when I went over to his house one day, and he was like, "Look what I got," and he went to a pawn shop and bought like a Fender guitar, and I was like,
straight up, dude.
Oh,
she was calling me.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit. And so we started working on a couple of songs, and we had some things going on, but we were just like, we got to the point where it was like, a band is not two people.
Yeah.
Like we need
It
more
could
people.
work, but
Yeah.
for sound wise, I was like, I need another me, and that's where Miguel comes.
And so
It's Miguel.
I don't know. Like Miguel was living in Victoria, or he went to school in Victoria.
Yeah. Well, I was living there.
Yeah.
Too.
And just like there was a show that came up in like around, like I said, November of 2016 that I went to.
Yeah.
I saw him there, and I got like really excited.
It was
So,
like a meant to be.
Yeah, it was like
Locked eyes.
Actually,
a little bit weirder.
instead of locking eyes, it was more like I felt a fine caress
Oh, yeah.
on my backside.
I just kind of like came up from behind him.
Yeah, and I was just like, these arms only belong to one man.
And
I was like, little Joel.
And that's when I knew.
And so it was just by chance that he was there and that I saw him again, because it had been a while since I'd seen him too.
Yeah.
And then the next day, I think, was like band practice, and I told David, I was like, "Oh, dude, you know who I saw last night? I saw Miguel," and he was like, "Miguel plays guitar," and I was like, "Yeah, he does."
It's still there.
Hold up.
Hold on, give me a moment, Joel.
So I was like, we should just all jam, man.
Yeah, and so we invited Miguel over to come play, and like after that first day, like
it was it.
Yeah, he was just like super stoked to be doing it, and so ever since then we'd kind of been together. And then,
but we had a different name at first.
Oh yeah. So like I said,
The whole point of this story.
Yeah. So when we started off, like I don't know, like me and all of us kind of we like to make fun of like older music and the way shit was like back in the day, like especially like when you come across like MySpace bands, but just having like these like stupid, ridiculously long names that have nothing to do with like the band or like the song, and so we were just like, oh, you know, what if we called ourselves Tonight at the Party? We were like, yeah, that's a good name, that's cool. That's what we started off with. That's what we pitched to Miguel. And Miguel was like, all right, like that's cool. Yeah. And so
call yourselves whatever you want.
Yeah. I just came to play guitar. And so we worked with that name for like that year, and then around the time December came around, Damien was like, hey, I need to talk to you guys. So he sat us down and was basically like, I think it's time for a name change. And like I was really against it. Miguel was like, hey, let's but
I never signed off. No, it was just one of those things. So it's like, you know, you play more and you just kind of find, like we were talking about earlier, you know, you're finding your sound and kind of figuring out what you want to sound like, what you want to put out there. You know what I mean? And that only really occurs when you really put the time in and just kind of play and just kind of see what you come up with. And at that point in time, it was just kind of like we started kind of drifting. And it's funny because the songs that we're playing now are still songs like from the beginning, but we've been semi working on new stuff. Yeah. And it's just like the change, like you'll see it whenever we put everything out. Like it's
for sure.
It's gonna be a little different, but still in the same vein. Yeah. And I think that's where the name change started kind of like coming into play, because that's when it was like maybe we need to change it up a little bit just to kind of, I don't know, have a little more uniformity, like with the music, the name, and everything.
Kind of growing into your own skin as a band.
Yeah.
Finding yourselves together.
Because Tonight at the Party was cool, and it was like, but it felt very much like, I think the way we described it, Damien specifically was like
long. Long to write out. Sometimes
hell for advertising.
I was like looking at flyers and I was like, no, dude. No. Like,
but also just kind of like something that you came up with like on the spot, like, hey, you know, it'd be cool this. Yeah. And like that's what it was. You know what I mean? It wasn't
like a filler.
Yeah, it wasn't really like too much thought put into it.
Yeah. Straight to the point, kind of.
Yeah.
And it's still kind of a unique name, just in my opinion, because I don't.
It's
not something that like you see usually either, and it pops out within itself. And then I'm pretty sure with y'all finding yourselves in the EP that you let out, you know, the listeners are gonna get that feel for it.
Yeah, and like it's crazy because I mean, even thinking about it now, it's like with that old name, we definitely did have more of a sense of like, hey, we like to fucking smoke and drink on the weekends, hey, like, like, you know, like party, like party kind of stuff, and then it's like the new music starts coming out, and we're just like, oh, hey, you know, like we still like to do that stuff.
But still totally down for that.
Maybe we should just chill a little bit, you know what I mean? Because it's like, you can only write so many songs about like beer pong and like getting fucked up on the weekends before like people are just gonna be like, oh hey, you know, like
I've heard this.
Yeah.
I've heard this before.
And so then we changed the name, and then
tragedy.
Just a tragic.
Oh god. We sat down and we had like our fucking meeting, and Damien had like found this name, and we were all kind of like gung ho behind it. And, you know, it even came with, like, that reassurance of, like, I checked, nobody's fucking got it.
Joe was finally happy again.
We're good.
He's eating again. I was like, okay, he's good.
I made, like, 2 stipulations for the name, for the name change, but that's besides the point. But, so he's like, let's call ourselves Rumors, like, and let's be a little bit different, and let's spell it the way that they would spell it, like in
Canada.
Yeah, like Canada or like England with the U.
Kind of like colors.
Yeah.
And lowercase.
Lowercase with the period.
Like that emo band.
So we were like, hell yeah, like, you know. And so we went with that. We planned everything. We were like, on this day,
like,
we're gonna announce the change. We're gonna do this and we're gonna do that. And so we're like, hell yeah, let's do it. The day comes. We post everything. Our Instagram's like blowing up. Everybody's like loving it.
Nice.
They're receiving it.
It's always good, yeah.
They're receiving it really well and stuff like that. And then Damien posts a picture at around 8 o'clock at night, whatever. All of our phones go off and we check, and like there's this guy who commented on the picture that had just been posted. He didn't say anything. He just tagged a name in it.
Oh no!
It gets worse, dude. It gets worse.
It gets terrible.
So I go and I look at it and I see the name and I'm like, oh god, no. And I press it and it takes us to the band's page. So the band is called. They're called.
It's
They're called Rumors.
They're called Rumors.
Rumors.
But the reason for like the mishap on not finding them is the fact that they spell their name RMRS.
Okay.
So like you could see how fucking SEO isn't gonna pick that shit up, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And then to make things even, like, just we're already down.
Yeah.
Someone's just gonna come in and like kill us. The fact that they're from San Antonio as well.
Yeah.
Like, what are the chances?
And
So there you go on the floor and here comes the
Yeah.
That's exactly where.
And so just like out of our Instagram page and all the like venues that we follow, all the like promoters that we follow, I know I haven't, and pretty sure it's the same for us too, but we've no fucking like disrespect or anything like that. Like, if they're good, like listen to them, check them out. But I had never heard of them before.
You got you.
And so, and it's just maybe it's the
Actually have them coming on for an interview.
yeah, right. It's everything right now.
Wow.
But
That kind of show.
You're actually here.
Yeah. Confront us. Yeah.
But yeah, I guess maybe it's just the fact of the scene that we're in and like not being like super in touch. I mean, like with that part of the local scene was just like kind of what got us and made it be like, oh fuck, like we kind of fucked up. And so we
took a break.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, a little one. People like everything. Like our Instagram was just like
literally one picture.
Just left there. But people were still adding us, and I was just like, well, I guess that's not bad.
Like,
I mean, if anything, that's a testament to like the following that you have
sure,
already.
Like they knew something was coming, and so people, like I said, added us. They stuck around too. And then finally, like, we came back, we reconvened, and we
regrouped.
We gathered our resources together, and we were just like,
we gotta do this.
Yeah. We were like,
we've invested too much into this, and we gotta do this.
So we were just like, just fine, like, So yeah, but just basically in the sense of like, good, not great.
Gotcha.
Like.
Just
like how, how are you doing? Like, oh, like I'm fine. Like, just fine.
Yeah. I think that's why the name is so like, just to me, the name is so attractive because it's like just fine. It's not like anything crazy. It's not like super like down low. It's like I can relate to that. Like it's like how many people do you talk to? It's like I'm alright. Like it's kind of like it's the same concept of it. So I mean, the name honestly fits, and even like y'all sent me some of y'all's music and I listened to it and I was like, yeah, this fits perfectly. It sounds.
Thank you for that.
Awesome. The name goes with, and it just sounds awesome.
That's a confidence boost.
I also thought it would be just like a nice little joke, like when we go up on stage, like, yeah, we're just fine. Like, no, but like,
what's the name?
That's it.
Look, if we really wanted to name the band after ourselves, we'd be called Garbage Fire.
Yeah.
So,
Damien's like, wait a minute.
So influence-wise, I guess individually. I mean, as a band, what other bands influence y'all, and also individually? you know, I guess as a band first, like what
band?
influences y'all?
As a band?
For the
Yeah,
Ooh.
as
Yeah.
a band.
I guess like
Modern baseball.
yeah, modern baseball
For sure.
right off the top.
Modern baseball and probably like Joyce Manor.
Yeah,
I guess
Manor.
like open up wise, like if you could choose a band that you could open up for.
Taking Back
Like,
Sunday.
Yeah, right.
For sure.
Gotcha. So, okay,
Yeah.
so then individually, as a personal singular artist, what is y'all's? I guess like starting with what is your personal influence in music?
I love Mom Jeans. I love them to death. Like Mom Jeans, Joyce Manor. Those are probably like what I really
Like the
am
bands.
into. Yeah. Oh, and Remo Drive. Like I can't forget about them. They're like super cool.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Go.
All right. So a big part of just kind of thinking of stuff to play here. One, it's just kind of like fiddling around with the guitar because for a long time I actually put the guitar down. I didn't play it for quite a while during college and stuff like that, just because you know things were different. I was focusing on different stuff, and now I got a little more free time. So whenever I play, it's a lot of it is like kind of like rudimentary practices and stuff like that. So like on the guitar itself, I know it sounds weird to say as an influence, but like scales and stuff like that really influence the sound, like of how I put stuff together, or at least how stuff comes together in my mind.
Gotcha.
And then like put it together. But as far as bands wise, I am just like what I listen to and what I like to like.
Turnover.
Yeah. No, probably my favorite, and like throughout their whole fucking career, is the Wonder Years.
Nice.
I love Nick, dude. Like their lead guitarist is just fucking mind blowing. Like
Nice.
that whole band is mind blowing to me. But just everything, a lot of what they do, and it's definitely changed. And I think that's why I like it so much. Like just the evolution of the music from point A to B is kind of something that I like whenever we play. And it's like, oh yeah, like things are getting different. You know what I mean? So, and then as far as like licks and like just guitar badassness, yeah, no, dude, yeah, it's a lot of like Free Throw, Mom Jeans, Joyce Manor. Just the way that they put together their stuff is like
Awesome.
yeah, it's done very well.
Respect given.
Yeah, it's just like everything in it, like the tone of their guitars, like everything is just, you know, it's really well done, and they definitely deserve to be where they're at because, you know, they're great performers. And live too, I don't think I've ever heard anyone quite have that same guitar tone as like Free Throw.
Gotcha.
Like it is insane how those guys do it.
It's no joke.
Yeah, no. But yeah, that's me.
So for me, like I guess musically wise is like Damien. Since he is the bass player, like I said, I don't really know too much about it. Like I'm mostly like I just play what he tells me to play. So,
Yeah, play this. It sounds good with me.
yeah, and so, but I mean, I say like being one of the like, since both me and him like write the songs and stuff. So
Miguel writes the songs.
yeah, oh yeah, my bad.
Miguel writes.
But like
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
lyrically and like vocally, I would say it is like a lot of like the story so far, modern baseball, and like it's weird to kind of throw them in here, especially with the kind of music that we play. But I love their like the honesty that kind of comes out in their lyrics, but counterparts.
Okay.
So they're
It was like Drake.
sorry. Oh yeah, Drake too. But no, counterparts is like completely left field, like melodic hardcore band that from like Canada, but they're so good and like their lyrics are super like honest and like fucking like out there that it's like that. I try to put a little bit of that in to the songs and stuff too, so that way they just have like a little extra of that.
Yeah,
like,
because I mean, inspiration can come from anywhere.
Yeah.
Because like if you said like freaking Iron Maiden, like all right, that's your inspiration. You know, like wherever you derive your artistic talent from, you know, or whatever you strive to you know drive that from. That's really awesome though. So y'all been together for a little bit, and I'm guessing that y'all have a couple of like, just I guess story wise. But what's the most memorable or crazy story that y'all have together as a band so far? I mean, as y'all go further, I'm pretty sure there's more stories develop. But as of now, in this moment in time, what's a memorable story from y'all that y'all have that y'all can share?
I know. I was like,
honestly, there's no holds like on the interview, but whatever you want to share.
It's nothing crazy. Like it's not like, oh, dude, fucking Miguel got fucking drunk and just took his pants off.
Crazy in your own sense.
Like no, but I'm pretty sure we're all thinking the same thing.
Is it going to Austin?
Yeah. So.
So do tell the viewers.
You need like a warning before this.
Yeah. So like this, I mean, I know you're probably asking for like this crazy story that's like funny, but this
whatever.
This,
yeah. That's all, like whatever the story is.
It gets fucking dark real quick, dude. But
yeah, no.
Yeah.
I just remembered what's going on.
Yeah.
So
I was just like, no.
So I guess over the last couple of years, like. The bands that we like to watch don't necessarily come down to San Antonio anymore. They go up to Austin, and so whenever a band comes to Austin that we really want to see, like we'll go together and like we drive up there. So the first time we went up there, we went to go see Free Throw, and so it was going great. Like we picked everybody up on time, like. We were going on schedule. We stopped at Buc-ee's.
Yeah,
like we got all of our shit. We got like our beaver nuggets and our drinks and shit, right?
Good.
And so we're going, but there's just this one fucking stretch between like San Marcos and Austin.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, because
that's just like
before.
There's just this one part on it where people just like don't give a fuck about like driving, and I deliver to that. I deliver food for work for that area like a couple like sometimes, and my sister went to school in Austin, so we would go up there when I was younger, and so like I kind of know, but like this little stretch of highway is just like it just gets fucking like crazy, but. So everybody's having a good time. We're talking in the car. I'm pretty sure like we're talking about some stupid shit too. Like, everybody's laughing, fucking great. And then we go under one of the overpasses, and we look to our right-hand side, and there's just a bunch of people like stopping and pulling over. And so I move over just because I'm like, oh shit, like something must have fucking happened. Yeah. All I remember seeing is like a lady pull over, she opens up her car door and she starts like running ahead of her. And we're like, what the fuck happened? And then we go, and as we drive up closer, this box truck and this 18-wheeler. Did the box truck flip out, like was on its side?
I try not to think about it.
Honestly, I don't. Yeah.
But, so
I don't even know how they got into the positions that they were, because like I'm not sure if like one just tried to move over on the other or what happened, but like
shit
was insane.
Like the box truck looked like it had fucking like just like something
like
exploded.
Blown up like just entirely, man.
So we have the box truck. We move forward a little bit more. Then there's the 18-wheeler, and while we're driving past the 18-wheeler, we see just somebody like laying underneath it.
Oh damn.
Yeah. Man.
And then once we actually pass the 18-wheeler, the driver of the 18-wheeler is like
hanging out the window.
He's hanging out his window, and he's like reaching his hand out for somebody to come help him, and there's just like a bunch of blood on the side of his door.
Yeah.
And so like we drove past that, and pretty much all the way from there to Austin, we were just kind of like
quiet in the car.
And so
you really just see that.
Yeah, exactly, dude. It's like, oh man.
Well, it's not even that. Like, it's just one of those things that it's like, man, like what can you do? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's, I mean, again, it's like a couple of things are just like, I'm sure it's going through everyone's head and stuff, but like everyone's already stopping. You know what I mean? But even at that, like with that dude in that state that he was, like it would, you probably don't want to move him too much.
Yeah.
Because he, like, this dude was in shock. Like, he was just, like...
Impaled and everything.
Yeah, like, this... Yeah, so... It was just, like, a rough thing to just, like... And it sucks because, like, yeah, like, we were... Like, and it's... I mean, obviously it's not their fault or anything like that. Like, it's... You know, unfortunately, it's... Sometimes accidents like that happen, and we don't know why it happened. But it was just like such a strange thing because we're all like having a good time, and then we go to the show. We go to the show. We have a good time, and then we just like get back in the car, and all of us are just kind of like
that happened.
It settles
like,
back.
Yeah. And it was just like fuck, man. Like it just I don't know. It felt bad. Like it was,
for sure.
It was one of those things too where it was like. From the way that everything was looking and the way that the people were like starting to pull over and all this shit, it was like, it was one of those things where it was like, fuck, dude, like if we wouldn't have, like,
stopped at Buc-ee's.
Yeah, like
if
if we weren't waiting, like if we didn't lose somebody in the restroom for like a minute and a half, or I didn't like take the time to fucking set up my music on like my phone when we were going like. We could have been in the middle of that,
reality type.
Yeah,
of
yeah.
Where it's just like sit back and be like, damn.
And then, and it was just like, oh fuck, like
yeah.
It was one of those things which was like, like
it's crazy and maybe not the way it was intended for this question.
Pretty memorable moment. It's a memorable moment. You gave me one, so technically,
top that.
Yes. Future artist, top that.
I mean, we've seen some of our friends like throw up too. Like that's cool. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's not the story.
Yeah. I've seen Miguel drink a flaming shot of absinthe before. Like I don't know. There's other things we can talk about. That's just the one that like sticks out far. Hopefully something like like I'm hoping for like the first show. To be like the one where we're just like, fuck that last time, like this one. And so, like I don't know, like I know there's a lot more to come and stuff.
And of course it's just what's so far, because I mean as a band with your first show coming up and everything, I have so much more to experience and look forward to that. That's really awesome though. And I mean it sounds like this memorable moment kind of affected all of y'all in one way or another.
It makes going to Austin just not cool. Oh man.
So it's all good. So we'll go ahead. Thank y'all guys for coming, and y'all are gonna play some tunes right now.
Yeah,
so
for sure. Thank you for having us, man.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
For sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, Just Fine.
You're good. All right. What's up, guys? This song's called "Catching Feelings."
I guess that's just how it is. told me. I think you should know. I know where this is gonna go. I need you to understand. Catching feelings wasn't part of the plan. I think you should know. I know where this is gonna go. I need you to understand. Catching feelings wasn't part of the plan. I think you should know. I think you should know.
Action.
This song is beautiful.
Woo! The other day I saw you. You were looking so damn beautiful. I didn't know what to say, but I got the courage to walk your way. I wanted to know if you'd go out with me on a date. I knew that you'd be great. I should have known that you would be late. I should have known that this was fate. No, 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 no. The other day I saw you. You were looking so fucking cool with your new hair. I should have known that you didn't care. I should have known that you were too cool for me. Yeah, I should have known. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. La 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 la. I saw you. You were looking so damn beautiful. I didn't know what to say, but I got the courage to walk your way. No, 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 I never thought that you would notice me. I never thought that we were meant to be. I never thought that you would notice me. I never thought that we were meant to be.
This last song's pretty juicy. It's called Awkward State.
Ooh.
You going for it?
Yeah. Well, fuck. It's too late.
Okay.
It's Friday night.
just stay in. But my friends have other plans. They drag me out to a party like they did the week before. But what's the point of trying to fight it? Anything's better than staying inside. What's the point trying to fight it? I guess that I'm stuck here the rest of the night. So I show up, fade into the background, but my friends do all the talking. So I ask how things are going, and I'll say, won't get booked up tonight, but 8 drinks later I'll say this happens all the time. Well, okay, just another shot, then after that I'm going home. Don't give a fuck if I'm alone, but the table is calling my name, and all the pretty girls that showed up without dates. But what's the point of trying to fight it? Anything's better than staying inside. What's the point trying to fight it? Guess that I'm stuck here for the rest of the night. Well, I'll show up, fade into the background, and my friends do all the talking. So no one ask how things are going, and I'll say, won't get fucked up tonight, but 8 drinks later I'll say this happens all the time. What's the point?
So what's the point?
What's the point?
So what's the point?
What's the point?
So what's the point?
What's the point? When you show up, standing with your crew, and I'm way past fuck now. I don't know what to do, so I'll run, try to find my friends. Guess this is why I wanna stay in again. What's the point? What's the
That was just fine, guys. Thank you all guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe if you're a local artist in the San Antonio area. Let me know. I'm going to be more than glad to have you on the show. Follow their page. I'll be putting all their information at the comment section bottom area info. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time, get adventures.